Slacking is an understatement as to what I've been doing on YouTube. I took like a 2-week break and I'm just ready to post more content. So it's 3 o'clock. It is a Wednesday, I think. I don't even know what day it is anymore. I took off a little bit early, went and got lunch with Andrew and Taylor. Talked about some of the investment stuff that maybe I'll talk about in a future vlog. But I figured I'll film the rest of the day today. I'll talk to you guys about my car like I promised you from last video. But first things first, I got a phone call like 30 minutes ago. They're starting to print the red Fuel Force shirts that are gonna launch in hopefully like next week or the week after. So let's jump to like a quick t-shirt printing montage, I guess. It's fucking over and my love is burnt out. How sick is that? I'm super excited for the red, and then I'm doing like a military green with black print, and then a black on black that I wasn't sure. I just locked myself out of my car. No, I'm good. I wasn't sure how it was gonna turn out. It actually turned out badass. So the idea was to mimic the edition 1, like matte black, satin black, and gloss black on that blacked out shirt, and it's a little bit reflective, so even at night, you can kind of see it. They're supposed to be done on Monday, and I can wear one for you guys and get some photos. And I'm really hoping to launch the 3 shirts and the decals that's somewhere on my car and the key tag all next week if I can get everything set up. I'm also trying to get international shipping this time around because last time was only in the US, and really get some more marketing material because the whole idea was a community, and I think I post like 3 pictures on the Instagram ever. So reviving Fuel Force, that's happening. Also, I was gone for 2 weeks. It's 100 degrees again in Houston. It's humid. I'm breaking a sweat filming a guy printing t-shirts. I wasn't doing anything besides walking around clicking a button, and I'm like, just realized my mic is dying. It's always something, I swear, with my channel. But just wrapped up that workout. I don't know how long I have before the audio just goes completely out, but I'm gonna explain to you guys what I've been working on and try to make it as least boring as possible, but it's super nerdy. Basically, the easiest way to explain it, I have specific orders, and in those orders, I have maybe 100 panels of various sizes. I have no idea which one's which, right? I do it by hand with a tape measure and try to match up the right label to the right panel, but that just takes way too much time and involves way too many people, and it's not really efficient in any way. So what I thought about was if I get a laser distance viewfinder like you see at Lowe's and shoot it at a fixed point over and over again. Let's say that fixed point's 50 inches away. Now when I drop my panel in there, if it reads 30 inches, I know my panel's 20 inches and I'm accurate down to the millimeter. Then add a Y-axis, mix that with a Bluetooth module, an iPad app, and an API, and I can automate the entire thing. So basically what I've done, taken 2 of these laser distance finders and I have them talking into an Arduino board, which I have one that's not wired up over here. Basically, these are just like open source microprocessors that are awesome for prototyping. So I have these 2 lasers talking into this processor, and then this processor talking into this Bluetooth chip. It will then talk to an iPad app that I'm yet to develop, but just for the sake of showing you guys, I'm just gonna mimic what I would be doing. So basically when you hit measure on the iPad app, it'll send that command, and you'll see the 2 lasers are going off, and I get back X 1.054, Y 1.071, and that's in meters. Then I'll take those numbers, convert them into inches, search to find a match, automate a label, and if I throw a conveyor belt under this whole thing, I eliminated all human interaction. I trust computers way more than I trust people. So that's what I've been working on. I'd much rather be software only. I hate doing hardware. I burned myself like 7 times with a fucking soldering iron in the last week. I am just not a hardware guy. But it's easy enough. Like if I can figure it out, anyone can figure it out. So I'll put a link down below for one of these boards if you're interested in, like, I don't know. Hopefully I have the prototype done maybe tomorrow or the day after, and then I'm gonna build like 4 or 5 of these things. And that's just another day at the office. Decals are finally here. Shirts are done on Monday. I already have the key tags, so I'm ready to launch. I know I've been talking about another Fuel Force launch for a long time, but I'm thinking next week. If everything goes right, I'll keep you guys updated, but I think next week. I didn't realize my mic had died yesterday when I was talking about the main topic of the video, and I'm getting sick of ending my videos in my room after the fact. So I'm gonna finish this one sitting in front of the E, which is fitting because I'm gonna talk about the E. I said I was gonna keep this car for like 2 or 3 years. What happened, I drove a good friend of mine's 991.2 GT3 touring package over the course of the last 2 weeks. And while I personally wouldn't buy a touring package car, I like the wing on the back, I fell in love with the car. Like my favorite car that I've ever owned in pretty much of all time is a GT3, and my second favorite car is a GT4 because of the manual transmission, and the new GT3 puts those two together and then takes the motor out of the old GT3RS and throws it in the mix, and you have literal perfection. The problem is Porsche dealerships are playing this game of, you know, whoever's gonna pay us the most money over stickers is gonna get the cars first. I didn't want to play that game, so I kind of swore off of Porsche. I switched brands. Now I'm realizing that I miss my Porsche. Good news for me, I have 2 friends that are very tied in with Porsche, and they've both confirmed for me that there are a lot of 991.2 GT3s coming into the US, way more than the first generation. Same with the RSs. So while dealerships are trying to get $20,000, $30,000, $40,000 over sticker, I think in the next 3 to 4 months, they're gonna come down. I've already been offered a manual car at 15,000 over. That's a little too high. I was offered a PDK car at 5,000 over. That was a little bit better. But I think if I just wait a little while, I'll be able to get the exact GT3 I want for sticker, maybe a little bit over with a manual transmission. So that's the plan. But there's the issue of the E behind me. Can't trade it in because the first batch of E63s in the US, a bunch of them had a bunch of transmission problems, and just so happens there's a couple like factory buyback lemon cars that have been sent through auction, which means then when a dealership just looks up this model in auction, they see one that went for 125 and then the rest went for like 75 or 80, and they don't really look into the Carfax to figure out why. They just offer you $80,000 and it's like, wait, what the fuck? So instead what I'm gonna do is consign my car. Basically, I'm gonna have a dealership sell it for me, and when it sells, I'll take that amount plus my tax credit and put it into something else. The downfall of consignment is it's not immediate and it's still my car. So if it takes 3 months to sell, 1, I don't have a car to drive for 3 months, and 2, I have to make payments on this thing for the 3 months until it sells. I'm okay with that though, because I think I'm gonna buy myself a daily, maybe a truck. Hold up. You traded your Raptor in for an E63S, and now you wanna trade your E63S in for potentially another Raptor? Wouldn't it have been way easier and cheaper to just keep the Raptor and then also buy a GT3 down the road? Yes. I don't want to talk about it. Let's just ignore this and get back to the topic. And none of this affects the project car I talked about like 2 videos ago. That's still happening. I'm putting that on hold until I have a space to work on cars. But ideally, sometime in the next year, I'll have some kind of daily, a 991.2 manual GT3 and some kind of project car to work on. And then the car content can just keep flowing. That's the plan. I know nothing's happening right this second, but I kind of enjoy getting your feedback, so that's why I'm making this video. I'm curious to see what some of you comment down below. I love the E63, don't get me wrong. I just love the new GT3 that much more. Speaking of car content, I'm either gonna go to a car show this weekend or review an E92 M3. No, F30. Whatever the latest generation M3 is, I may be reviewing one of those this weekend. So if you want to catch that video and you haven't subscribed yet, hit that button down below. Turn on notifications if you haven't already. Like, comment down below, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.